Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Tonight I made pepper steaks. I'm gonna show you how I did it. So here you're just gonna see me cutting up the steak and cutting off like some of the fat parts or whatever the case may be. They do have in the stores where the steak is already pre-cut, but I just used whatever I had on hand, and these were New York strips. So I'm gonna hit y'all with another question of the day, and at the same time I'm gonna go back and just explain what I'm doing, even though it's self-explanatory because you can see it. But I like to chime in from time to time. So here again, you just see me cutting up the steaks into the strips. I don't have a certain type of width that I would like them. It's just however you want to cut it. So my question of the day is, for people who are like a jack of all trades, do you find it hard to focus? And if so, what are some things that you can do to kind of like hone in on one thing? And so I asked this question because I feel like, I'm not saying I could do everything, but it's a lot of things that I'm pretty good at, and I just be feeling like I don't know. Like, you know how you ever see online and people be talking about, oh, find your niche. It's like, well, my niche is kind of everything in a sense. So for example, I like cooking. I like doing makeup. I like doing my hair. I like doing credit. Like, to me, it's like more than one thing that I like to do that I'm actually good at. And I just don't be wanting to kind of like hone in on one, because I feel like that's kind of putting myself in a box. So sometimes I feel like that could be a bad thing, but then sometimes I feel like it's not. So I don't know, because then I feel sometimes like I might be all over the place with my content, but at the same time I'm just doing what I like. Like, if content is supposed to be doing what you like or doing what you love, and you like or love more than one thing, then it's like, why can't I do it all? And it's not to say like, I mean, obviously nobody's telling me I can't do it. It's just, you know how you'll see some of those videos where people try to tell you what would be successful, or hone it into a niche, and I just feel like I don't fit in that box. Like, whatever I try, like, I'll do some DIY stuff too, and I like DIY, and I'm really good at that with some stuff. So like little home improvements and things of that nature. Like, I do my daughter hair. I'm pretty decent at that, so I'll throw her in here a couple times with some hair videos. So I don't know, it's like I be finding that I feel like sometimes it's hard to kind of focus on one niche. And for people who are like that, can those channels or can that content be successful? Because I just can't put myself in a box. Like, I'm just one of those people, like, I kind of can't put myself in a box. But here, let me get back to the video. You see that I'm cutting peppers and onions. I just use red, green, and orange peppers. I wanted a yellow one too, just to give that color, but I wasn't able to find it in the store, so I just went with what I had. And then I'm cutting the onions as well. And again, I don't cut them no type of way, because like I said, I ain't no chef. I just know how to get down, what to get down. And then here I'm just adding some oil, and I'm gonna add the steak in here, and I'm gonna cook the steak first. So what I use for the steak is pretty much simple, same kind of like, seasonings. Onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and like an all-purpose type seasoning. And I should have used steak seasoning here, but I wound up adding it when I put the peppers in. So either way, that's kind of the main ingredients that I had, or main seasonings that I used. So I'm just gonna add that in here, and then I'm gonna cook that down. But yeah, so back to like the question at hand, like what are you supposed to do when it comes to what kind of content you want to make? Or like, do you just make the content and let your content be kind of quote unquote all over the place, as people would say? Because to me, it's like, I just can't fit into a box. So if I like to do this and I like to do that, I feel like I'm gonna show a bit of everything. Now back to this video. So see how I had put the top on? That's just to cook my steak through. I like my steak well done, almost burnt if we keeping it a buck. But this was just to make sure that it cooks off this. And then you see like here at the bottom, I kind of like, I took the top off to kind of let it brown a little bit, and I like them like that. So once I took those out, I kind of just scraped some of that seasoning and stuff from the bottom. As you can see, it's stuck on my spoon. And then I just added the peppers in here, and then we're gonna cook it with here, or cook it from here. So I did add a tad bit of olive oil as well, just because it needed some more. And then we're just gonna let that cook down some until they are a little softer. And then while those are cooking, and we're gonna cook this without a top, but while those are cooking, then I'm gonna put the rice on. Rice is mad easy. Like, what's crazy is I used to use a rice cooker because I didn't, before I knew how to make rice, and because when I used to try it, it was like I wasn't succeeding all the time. But now that I've done it a couple times, it seemed like it's the easiest thing. I don't even need a rice cooker. And it's wild because when I used to make the rice in a rice cooker, sometimes I used to leave that rice in there by accident and it'll be molded. Ugh. I was doing a lot back then, but either way, I know how to make rice now. But yeah, see, this is the steak seasoning that I was talking about. Just add it on to the peppers because it's all going to go in the same pot anyway. So for the rice, just put the heat on high. I'm making 2 cups of rice, so I added 2 and like a 1/4 cup of water, 2 cups of water, and then a 1/4 cup of water. And then for the rice, it's going to be 2 cups of rice. But I let the water boil first. So while I'm letting the water boil, I'm just adding my steak back in to the peppers and stuff. And then we're going to put Worcestershire sauce. I add steak sauce to mine, and beef stock or beef broth, as you see here. And then for my kids don't be liking like all the, it kind of be like an acidic taste to them. And I will cut it down with some brown sugar so they don't be liking that a little bit. I guess with like the beef broth and then the steak sauce as well. But they love the food. To cut it down a little bit, I add a tad bit of brown sugar, and you'll see that in a little bit in this video. But while this water was boiling, now I'm gonna add this rice. Like I said, 2 cups of rice. I'm going to mix it around, and then I'm going to put the top on there, and then put the fire on simmer, and then that simmers for 20 minutes. You're going to get perfect rice every time. I promise you, you will. So yeah, like, what do you do when you kind of like a jack of all trades? Like, I mean, I'm just forever going to keep trying stuff because I just like to do new things. Kind of like I would kind of say like a free spirit, but at the same time, I'm not. Like, I don't just be out here trying anything, but at the same time, I kind of like a variety of stuff. So if I find that I'm good at it, then I feel like that could be content, and then I want to share that. But again, like I said, I see a lot of people say, oh, you know, pick a niche and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, man, I can't pick one thing because I kind of like it all. So I find myself struggling from time to time with stuff like that, because I kind of don't want to put myself in a box when it comes to what I want my content to be. So I don't know. What do you guys? My bad, that was my son in the background. His iPad died, and you know when kids' iPad died, they act like they don't know what to do and it's the end of the world. Even though you tell them to put it on a charger, they put it on a charger and they let it sit there until it charges to 1% and they want to take it off. So that's just him in the back having a conniption. But anyway, here you want to see, so here go the brown sugar that I added just to not make it as acidic for my kids. And then the Worcestershire sauce, that has a little bit of like sweetness to it as well, but it still just don't be doing it because they like the pepper steak, but they don't, like, they will not try to eat it on the second day or whatever the case may be. I don't know, you know how kids are funny anyway. But in the clip before, you saw me add some cornstarch, so I did a cornstarch slur. And it was just cornstarch and water to just thicken up the sauce, just because I used, like, the sauces that I used, or the liquids that I used, was the beef broth, the Worcestershire sauce, and the steak sauce, and they're all kind of watery. The steak sauce not so much, but the Worcestershire sauce and the beef broth definitely is a little bit more watery, and I don't like that consistency. So I just use the cornstarch slur to kind of thicken that up, because it's not going to give it any taste, because the cornstarch don't have a taste or whatever. So yeah, so here, look, 20 minutes is done. Take that off, turn the fire off. We like butter in our rice. I don't know if other people do, but that's neither here nor there. We like butter in our rice. It's just something that we always like, and we're gonna continue to do. So this is not a step you have to do, but if you want to try it, it's definitely good. Then you want to see here I tried to plate it. Oh my god. So I tried to put it into, like, you know, make it all fancy and whatnot. It fell as soon as I did it, so that's why I edited that part out and just started flattening, because we're not even about to play like that. These kids was getting hungry, so they was ready to eat. But yeah, this is how I make my pepper steak. It's real easy, quick and easy. Dinner to make on a weeknight too. Like, you don't even gotta do too much. And if you buy the steak already pre-cut and the veggies already pre-cut, dinner is like basically done. But yeah, y'all, let me know in the comments, like, for people that are jack of all trades, how do y'all feel about what to make y'all content? Like, are y'all gonna try to put, you know, your content in one box, or are you just gonna continue to do what you like? But if you like this video, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and thanks for watching.